So this is my 2012 Lancer GT, and I have a cracked fog light. Both the sides cracked. These glasses are cracked. Okay. So the glasses are cracked, as you can see right there, and it's the same on the other side too. So what I'm trying to do is I am trying to so if you look closely, I got moisture in there. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put in this blue, I guess it's headlight clear vinyl. I'm trying to put that on my fog light. Since my car is blue, I'm going to put a light blue tint on it. From what I've read, I got to put a couple layers of it, because this one layer it's not going to protect that glass much. Even though the fog lights are pretty cheap, I just thought I would make a video trying to put in a blue clear vinyl on the fog lights. Remove this whole assembly. It's pretty easy. There's one Phillips screw right there. You can just unscrew it. Okay, that should be out. Okay, that's out. And so just a minute, let me adjust the lights. So that I got the Phillips screwdriver out. There is a clip right here, underneath here, somewhere around here, and then one at the end. So what I did was, on the other side, I just put my fingers through like that and then pulled it forward that way, but I think I chipped one of the clips. So what I'm going to try to do is I am going to try to release it from, I will try to get underneath, take the splash guard out, not out completely out, but at least this side, reach and then try to reach from underneath, and then at least get the push the clip that's at the bottom, and once I have that out, the top one should kind of hinge out. And then this one's pretty straightforward. It'll just, if you pull it forward, it'll just come out. So I'm just worried about the one on the top and the bottom. They are plastic clips, so they might break. I'll give it a try. So I figured out a better way. I did unclip the one on the bottoms, but it didn't help much. So what I found out was, once you unscrew this bolt right here, this part comes out a little bit. And once you have that, what I did was I put fingers like that in these 4 holes right there. And then what I did was I first lifted it up like that, so that the clip down over here kind of got loose on top. And then once I could hear that sound, I pull it a little forward and then again pull it down, so that the clip on the top was loose. Like that. So that's the down, and the one at the bottom came loose. So now I'm gonna go for the top one, like that. So the top one came loose. Now there's one over here. So what you do is you just press it a little bit in and then pull it out. So there's the fog light cover, and there's the fog light. Once you have the cover out, there are 3 Phillips screw, one right here, and one at the bottom over there. So let me take those out. Okay, it's the last one. Yep. And once you have all the 3 screws, 2 and 3 out, you don't have to unscrew this one. This is to adjust the angle of the fog light, so you don't have to take this one out, but just take the ones that are on the brackets. So once you have the screws off, you can try to pull the fog light by the wire a little bit out, and once you have it out, you can see that there's a tab right here, and you can grab that tab and try to get the wire out. So that's the wire that I just took off of the fog light, and here are my fog lights. So it's not since this is glass, it doesn't have any discoloration or anything. It's pretty clear, but it just shattered, and I put a tape on this one because it was very shattered, and I didn't want the glass to get everywhere. You can still hear it. Some of them got inside. So what I'm gonna do is, this one doesn't have any. I am going to take the bulb out and get the glasses out. Once I do that, and then I'm going to clean it with maybe with alcohol or something, and once it's clean, I need to dry the inside also, because right now it has some moisture inside, and then I will tint it, probably 3 layers of the clear blue vinyl. So I laid it on top of some brochure right here, because I want to get the glasses that are inside out. So to do that, I took the 2 bulbs out of the housing, the fog light housing. The way you do it is it'll be in here like that. Well, actually, like that, and then you just twist it out, and then you wiggle it. It'll come out. Did the same for the other side. Anyway, and this one doesn't have glass inside, but I'll just give it a check. Yeah, I don't think there's glass. It's just water inside. So there's just water inside. This one has some glass in it. Yeah, so right here. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to clean all the, even the reflective part inside, and then clean the surface, the glass lens right here. So I cleaned the lens with dishwashing soap using a Scotch scrubber, and that's what worked for me. So you guys can use whatever you want, maybe alcohol. but since this is a old lens, you'll still have a lot of marks on it. I guess that's from sand or even really tiny pebbles constantly hitting the lens, so you cannot get rid of those, but overall it's pretty clear. And then the way I clean the inside surface and the concave reflector is, well, I brought a twig that is kind of bent, wrapped paper towel around it like that, and then I insert it in there through the opening for the bulb. And when I flip it over, you can see that it comes through on the other side, and then since it's a curved, you can just move it around and that will clean all the surface. Or that's another way to dry. In my case, since there was moisture in there, I used it to dry, so the paper towel absorbed all the moisture inside. Same with the other side. I got the glasses out, the broken glasses out, and I am going to clean it the same way. So I'm going to put the tint on the glasses, and I got the 2 fog lights, I got a tint, and I have a hair dryer. Hopefully that's hot enough to stretch the vinyl. So this is quite light. It is not that blue, so when I put in 3 layers, hopefully, let me see how. Okay, so let's see, that's 2 layers and 3 layers, so yeah, like that would be 3 layers, so that looks pretty blue. So maybe I will put in 3 layers. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I am going to cut squares that are slightly bigger than each of the fog light. So I'm going to cut 3 squares of the same area, and then start to put one on top of other, or I'll just do 1 layer on both and then wait for a while, 2 layers and 3 layers together. So this is what I'm gonna put on. This has 2 sheets in. I don't think if you can see it, but there is a protective layer for the glue, and obviously the other side is just the vinyl. So this is how I'm putting the vinyl on. It has 2 films, one in the front and one in the back. That protects the film from scratches. So you take the one that's not on the sticky side, throw it away, and then what I do is I take a corner like that, fill it half until here, put it on the fog light, and then pull the rest. So what I did was I started from the middle and then went outward. When you go outward, obviously because the surface is curved, you'll have some bubbles in there. So to remove those bubbles, what I did was I took a heat gun, heated up a section, pulled it from the edges like that, and then I'm gonna see like how this one still has a line on it because it's a flat plastic, but the surface is curved. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat it up. Once I heat it up, I just pull it, push it with my thumb, pull it down at the edges so that it sticks to the glass, and I slowly work towards the next area, and then I only do in one area at a time, because if I heat all the area, then by the time I get to the other side it's already cold. So that's why I'm working just a section at a time. And then if I see some bubbles, I'll try to push it out with my thumb, not the nails, because the nail will scratch the surface. So I'm just trying to, like that bubble right there, just try to push it out. And it's easy to push it out when it's hot. Once it cools down, it's difficult. So see, that bubble went outside of the glass. And now I'm going to hit this section and do the same until I come all the way here. That's what I'm going to do on this one and the other fog light too, but I'm going to put in 2 layers. That's why I have 3 more right here, and I'm going to use 2 over there on that fog light. I have 1, and I'm going to use this one on top of this. But so that's how I put the clear blue vinyl on top of the fog lights. So after every layer, what I did was, once you put the plastic on and then heat it, stretch it, and then get it until here, it's going to overflow down to this plastic part. Once you've stretched all of it to this lip right here, what you do is, there is a little gap between the plastic and the glass right here. You can take a sharp knife, like this one, like I just use a box cutter, and then just go all the way around. Otherwise what happens is, because of the fold, it will create little triangle of bubbles in there. So to remove that, you have to cut through the edge, heat the edges, and then push it down so that those little triangle bubbles will go away. And before applying the second layer, I cleaned it, wiped it with a alcohol, so that should remove all the oil that I smeared on it while putting the first layer. So this is what it looks like after 2 layers of the blue vinyl. So I got the fog light in. It looks bluish, but that's fine for me. I don't want to make it really blue. And I screwed it up with 3 Phillips screws. It's basically the same, opposite of how you take it out. And this is how it looks. I'm gonna put on the cover. So this end goes first in there. There's a clip in there, and then put the rest. There's a screw right there. But first you gotta just place the clips in. Okay, let me move the light. So that's the headlight, and that's the fog light. So it does look bluer. So I'm gonna screw the last screw in. I'm gonna do the same on the other side, and that's how it came out.